Hello everyone and thanks for joining. So in this particular video we are going to do one end-to-end Azure data engineering project. So most of the people were asking me to create one end-to-end Azure data engineering project and try to include all the possible skill which we generally use in real time. So what I have done, I have created this particular project for you. Here we are going to use a SQL Server, we are going to use Azure Data Factory, we are going to see how actually we can use a Databricks, we will see about the PySpark, and then we will go for the visualization tool that we are going to use as a Power BI. Okay, so every skill which we are going to use in this particular project, and this will be the end to end. Okay, so what actually our agenda is like, first we will try to understand the business requirement, and we will try to understand the data, and we will think about how actually we can solve the problem, and then we will go for the practical. Okay, so at the end we will create one this kind of the dashboard. Okay, before starting the project, if you are new in this particular channel, please do like, please do support, so that the more videos like this I will try to post, and please do comment so that the more videos like this I will try to post it. Okay, so let us start with the business requirement. So our business requirement is like, we have a data that is available into the SQL Server, okay, in our on-prem, and what actually we want to do, we want to move into the cloud space. That is our first requirement. From on-prem SQL Server we want to move into the cloud. That is our first requirement. The second requirement is like, we have to build one pipeline which will transfer the data and run daily. That is the second requirement. Okay, the third requirement is like, once you have data that is available into your storage account, right, so we have to connect it with the help of the Databricks. How actually you can connect Databricks with the Azure account, that we will see. And after that, what actually we will do, we will try to build one aggregate for the reporting. Okay, so we have to create one reporting for our business stakeholders, and we will try to provide the all the kind of the KPI so that the business can take a decision. So for that we will try to create an aggregate in with the help of the Spark SQL and the PySpark. Okay, so that, and we will try to build certain KPIs. Okay, and the final step is like, we will try to connect with the Power BI, and then we will try to show the visualization. So these are all the things actually we are going to do, and that this is all our business requirement. Okay, if I will show you, so we have a SQL Server. In this SQL Server we have a data that is available, that is our on-prem. Okay, what we have to do, we have to create Azure Data Factory pipeline, and we will try to move data from a SQL Server to the storage account. Okay, once we have data that is available into the storage account, we will try to connect, we will try to mount with the Databricks, okay, with the help of the PySpark. And then after, once you have connected with the Databricks, right, with the help of the Spark SQL, we will try to create one aggregate table, and based on the aggregate table we will try to connect with the Power BI. Okay, so let us start with the project. So what actually we will do, we will try to set up a project. Okay, so you also do along with me, so that you will also will be in the same page. Okay, so what we will do, first we will try to go to the SQL Server, we will try to create one database, and we will try to create one table. So how actually we are going to create a table, by uploading a CSV file. Okay, so I will go to the SQL Server, I'll create one database, create database, sales database, and I will use that particular sales database. Once you will do that, you can see left side, right, the sales database got created. Okay, after that we will try to upload one file. So right click on the sales database, go to the task, click on the import flat file, and then we will try to select the particular file. Okay, so this is the particular file I have, I will select that, click on the next. After that you will be able to see all the data, click on the next, and after that let us try to change the data type here. I'll try to change into the orders details ID and order ID, and let us see if any error comes. Okay, and click on the finish. Once you will do that, you can see insert data successfully, close it, and after that, once you will refresh this particular database, right, you will be able to see one table which got created. Okay, this is the pizza sales we have created. If I'll show you, select star from pizza sales. Okay, if I'll execute this, you will be able to see all the data. So this is the data we have order ID, pizza ID, quantity, order date, order time, unit price, every details we have. Now we have a data that is available in our SQL Server. Okay, and this data actually we want to move into the cloud space. Okay, so what we are saying, we have a data that is available into the on-prem, and we want to move into the cloud. Okay, so for cloud we will open a Azure cloud. Okay, now what we are going to do, now we are going to create one storage account, there actually we will transfer this. Okay, so what we will do, we will search for the Azure storage. Okay, we will search for the Azure storage, and we will create one Azure storage account. Search for the Azure storage account, and let us try to create one storage account. click on the create storage and click on the resource group. If you don't have resource group, click on the create new and try to create one resource group. Okay, and click on the storage account. So I will give any storage account. You can also give any name. Okay, click on the next, 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 review, and after that our storage account will be created. We have to click on the create. You can review what you have selected here. Okay, and click on the create. Once you will create this, your storage account will be ready. Okay, you can see initializing deployment is in progress. Once it will complete, your storage account will be ready. Okay, you can see this is the deployment is in progress. Let us wait it to be completed. You can see deployment is completed. We'll click on the go to resource. Okay, once you will open the storage account, right, in left side you can see container we have. Here we will try to create one container. In this particular container only we will try to store our data from a SQL Server to here. Okay, so what I will give the name as a input container, or I will give as a name as a raw. So this is the raw file. Okay, so raw container I am creating. Click on the create. Once you will create this, right, so container is nothing but is kind of the folder which got created, and as of now there is no file available here. Okay, so once we will develop a pipeline, right, we will try to move data from a on-prem SQL Server to this particular location only. Okay, now let us see what is our next step. Our storage account is ready, our SQL Server is ready. Now we will create a one data factory. How actually you can create a data factory? Click on the search for the data factory. Search for the data factory. Click on the create data factory. Resource group, select that. If you don't have, click on the create new and give the data factory name. We will give POC data factory or something name. Okay, okay, and after that I will click on the review and create. Click on the create. You can see deployment is in progress. Once it will complete, our data factory will be ready, and then we will go for the data pipeline setup. Now we can see our deployment is completed. So what we will do, we'll click on the go to resource and we'll try to open the data factory studio, and in this data factory studio only we'll try to create a pipeline, and we'll try to move data from our on-prem SQL Server to the cloud space. Now once you will open a data factory studio, right, this will look like this. What actually we will do here, only we will try to create a pipeline. So you can see in the left side, right, click on the author, go to the author. You can see we have an option like the pipeline. Okay, click on the new pipeline. Okay, click on the new pipeline. What actually we are going to do, we are going to perform a copy activity from a SQL Server to the our cloud space, but that is not easy, because SQL Server is on-prem server, and from on-prem server if you want to move into the cloud space, you have to create a integration runtime. That actually also we will see. So first let us see what is our source. Okay, so what is our source? So let us try to select that. Source is a SQL Server. Source is a SQL Server. So I will select the SQL Server. Click on the SQL Server. Click on the continue link service. So what actually we are going to create? We are going to create a SQL link service so that we can connect with our SQL Server. So click on the new. Okay, here we have to provide all the server name. Okay, so you can see first option is right, auto resolve integration runtime. By default it is auto resolve, but because our data is available in on-prem server, right, so we have to create a new. Click on the new. We are going to create one integration runtime. That is the setup we have to do. Okay, so self-hosted we have to select. Click on the self-hosted. Click on the continue. Okay, so this is the integration runtime we are going. Click on the create. Once you will click on the create, right, you can see we have one option, the manual setup. So download and install the integration runtime. So you have to click on that. Okay, now your what actually you have to do, you have to click on this download button. Okay, and select the first one, integration runtime, and click on the download. Click on the download, then the download will start. I have already downloaded. So now you can see this is the integration runtime which was downloaded. So I'll double click this. You can see installation is in progress, so we have to install this. Click on the next, accept the license, next, next, install. Now we can see our the integration runtime setup is completed. Click on the finish, click on the yes, and after that you can see this one is coming. Okay, and here only we have to mention our key. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to open our data factory. Okay, you can see this is the key we have, right? So copy this particular key and click on the register this integration runtime. Okay, and click on the register. That's it. Once you now you can see integration runtime is now set up. Click on the launch configuration manager and you can see your self hosted node is completed, connected. Okay, and after that we will come here, we'll close here. Okay, and refresh this. Okay, you can see our integration runtime is created and you can see the right green mark is also there. Okay, after that we have to select the server name. What is our server name, that actually you have to pass. Okay, so I will go to the my SQL server. So this is my SQL server name. Okay, so I will copy this server name here. I have to pass server name and the database name. Database name is sales database and the username and the password you have to pass. Okay, so I'll pass that. What is your username and the password you have to pass, and after that you have to click on the test connection. Once the test connection is successful, then only you will be able to connect with the SQL server. Okay, so let us see. You can see this connection is successfully. Click on the create, means we are able to connect with the SQL server. Okay, each and every steps I am actually trying to show you. Okay, you can see the connection is successfully. Okay, and after that we have to select our table. So what is our table? Our table is SQL pizza sales, right? This particular table only we want to move into the storage account. So I have selected that. Click on the OK. Once you will click on the OK, right, after that we will be able to preview our data. Our source is ready. If I will click on the preview, you will be able to see the data. Okay, let us see whether we are able to see or not. You can see we are able to see our data. Okay, now this particular data, our source is now ready. Now we have to set up our sink. What is our sink? We want to move into the blob storage, right? So I have selected blob storage. I am creating a data set. Okay, I want to select as a, I want to store as a CSV file only, so I selected this. Click on the continue, click on the link service. So this so I'll select my subscription, I'll select my storage account where actually I want to store, and I will click on the create. Okay, this is the particular storage account where actually I want to move it. Okay, now after that the file path where you want to store, so I will select that particular, this raw folder only I want to store, this raw container only I want to store. So I selected this. Click on the OK. Right, our sink is also ready. Okay, once you do this, right, now your source is ready, sink is ready. Click on the publish all. Okay, click on the publish. Once the publish will complete, we will try to trigger it. Okay, we will try to see whether our pipeline is running properly or not. If it is failing, then we will try to debug. If it is not failing, then our pipeline is running fine. Okay, so we have click on the publish completed. Okay, you can see, and after that you can see we have an option that trigger now and new and edit. Once you will click on the trigger now, right, this pipeline will run now manually. Okay, so I have selected the trigger now and click on the OK. Okay, now your pipeline will be start running. Go to the monitor, click on the refresh. Once you will click on the refresh side, you can see your pipeline is running, and this will transfer the data from your on-prem SQL server to the blob storage account. Okay, so let us wait it to be completed. You can see it is succeed now. So I will go to the my storage account. So I will go to the Azure account, go to the storage account. In this particular storage account, right, we have one container, so I will try to search for that container. Okay, raw container. Let us see whether file is there or not. You can see this is the particular file is there. If I'll click here, click on the edit. Okay, you can see our file is available and the size is more also. Okay, you can see this is the file which we have, and the 8.735 MB file is available. Okay, now what actually we will do after this, we will try to connect with the Databricks. Now let us see how actually we can mount our Databricks to the blob storage account. So this is my Databricks community edition. What is the first thing? First thing we have to go to the compute, click on the create compute. So we are creating a cluster. So I am giving the cluster name as a project end to end. This is the cluster I am giving, and you have to click on the create compute. Okay, so this is the one cluster which is getting created. Okay, after that what actually we will do, we will try to mount this with our Databricks. We will try to mount with our blob storage. There actually our data is available. How actually we can do that? Click on the create. First we will try to create one notebook. Click on the notebook. Once you click on the notebook, right, so this is the notebook actually which we have. So let us give the name as a project Azure. We'll give the name as Azure Data Engineer. Azure Data Engineer, this is the project we are giving. You can give any name. Okay, you can see by default the language is SQL, so I will try to convert into the Python. Okay, and let us try to see how actually we can mount this. Okay, you can see we have one connect option. Here only this is the particular cluster we are creating, right? As of now it is not ready. Once it will be ready, you will be able to see, and through which we will be able to run our pipeline. Okay, now let us see how actually we can connect with our blob storage account. Okay, so I will show you how actually we have to do. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so what actually we have to do, we have to mount Databricks with a cloud storage account. Okay, so for that we have to use a dbutils fs.mount function. Okay, in this mount what actually we have to provide, we have to provide our the container name, we have to provide our the storage account name, we have to provide here the storage account name, and we have to provide one the scope name and the key. Okay, this only we have to provide. Okay, after that it will be ready. So this is how actually we do in a production environment. Okay, but as of now for the testing perspective, what actually we will do, I will try to use this. Okay, we are not going to create one secret access key and all, we will directly pass it. Okay, so you also do that in the same way. Okay, so what actually I will do, I'll just copy this. Okay, and let me show you how actually we can do that. Okay, so first thing is like we have to provide a container name. So I will go to the my data factory, I will go to the storage account name. So you can see what is my storage account name, what is my container name. Container name is raw, right? Okay, so what we have to provide, first we have to provide the container name. Container name is raw, so I have provided the raw. Okay, and after that at the rate, and we have to provide the storage account name. So what is my storage account name, this is my storage account name. So this I will copy, and here I will try to provide this. Okay, once you do this, okay, and you can see in the bottom also we have to provide fs.azure.account key.storage account name. So here also I will do my Azure account name, storage account. Okay, and after that we have to provide the key string. Okay, we are not creating a scope and key, that actually we do in a production, but here directly we will pass a key. Okay, so how actually we can get this, go to the storage account, click on the storage account. Okay, in the you can see we have one option access key. Click on that and click on the show. Okay, so this actually we will copy this. What we have to do, we have to go to the storage account, click on the access key and copy this key. Okay, and directly we will pass here. Okay, and that's it. This is how actually we have to mount it, and after that we have to run. So let us see whether our cluster is ready or not. It is still running. Once it will complete, we will try to run, and we will see if any error is coming or not. You can see our cluster is ready. Let us try to run this. Let us see if any error comes or not. So it is running. Let us wait it to be completed. If it is successful, means we are able to connect with our blob storage successfully. You can see that it is running command is running. So let us wait it to be completed. It is showing me the mount raw 2. So we have given raw 2, it should be raw, right? So let me run again. Okay, so mount point also we have to give 3. Successful. So what actually we have to give in a mount point, where actually we want to mount. Okay, so this is the particular location where actually we want to mount into this particular blob storage and the raw container. So we have given the mount raw 3. Okay, now let us see, let us try to see our file. So what we have to write, dbutils, this is one of the function. Okay, dbutils.fs.ls Okay, and after that you have to pass the this location. This is the raw location, right? Mount raw 3, and let us see whether what are the files we have. Okay, let us try to execute this. Okay, you can see this is the particular file path where our pizza sales.txt we have. Okay, so we are able to fetch our data successfully, we are able to mount our data successfully. So how actually you have to mount? Okay, you have to provide your container name, you have to provide your blob storage name, you have to provide your mount location. So give any mount where actually you want to mount it. Okay, so I have provided this particular mount. Okay, and the configuration you have to pass the storage account, and this is the secret access key you have to provide. Okay, and after that you try to execute this command so that you will be able to list all your file. Okay, now let us try to create a data frame. Okay, so our data is available into this particular blob storage and we have directly mounted. Okay, let us try to create a data frame and let us try to read that. How actually we can read that? So we are creating one data frame. So what you have to write, spark dot read dot format, and after that what is the format? This is the CSV, right? So we have to write that, and after that we will write the options. So we have to pass all the options. So what actually we are passing, header equal to the true, means it will take first row as a header. Okay, and also we will pass the infer schema equal to the true. Okay, so that it will consider the schema, like if any column should be integer, so it will directly take a schema for that. Okay, and after that you have to write the load and the particular location you have to pass that. Okay, and after that you have to load it. Okay, and let us try to execute. Let us see. You can see it is running, and after that we will try to read the data frame. Okay, okay, it is executed. Now we will try to see our data. How actually you can show that? Display and the df. Once you will do display df, you will be able to see your data. Okay, you can see we have this particular data frame which got created. We have all the details, right? The order details, order ID, pizza ID, and all the informations. Okay, now after that what we will do, we will try to create a table. Okay, so we have a data frame. Now what actually we will do, we will try to convert into a one view, and so that we can run any SQL queries, and we will try to create a aggregate table. Okay, so what actually you have to write, df dot create or replace temp view. Okay, and after that the table name. So I will give the table name as a pizza sales analysis. Okay, so this is the table I am creating. Once you will execute, this is the view got created. Now you can run any kind of the SQL query. If I will use a SQL %SQL and select star from pizza sales analysis, you will be able to run any kind of the SQL query. Okay, you can see this is the table we have. Okay, now after that what we will do, we will try to create a aggregate table so for our analysis, and we will try to build certain KPI in our Power BI. Now we will try to build a aggregate table. Okay, so what is the importance of the aggregate table? In that aggregate table you can see here we have a most of the column, and all the column will not be important for our KPI. Okay, first let me show you in a visualization layer what kind of the KPI we want to show. Okay, so you can see this kind of the visualization which the business people want. Okay, what actually they want to track, they want to track how many pizza which has been sold, what is the total order, what is the total revenue, average pizza which has been sold per order, what is the sales versus the order month over month actually it is going on, how many total daily order is happening, monthly order is happening, hourly order is happening, what is the sales which is happening by a pizza category, by pizza size, and the top 5 order pizza. This kind of the KPI we had to build into the Power BI. Okay, so but if you will see in our table, right, which we have all the column which is not important, so in aggregate table we will only take which is important, and also we want to track the KPI based on the hourly, monthly, and the weekly, right? So if you will see, we only have a order date, but what actually we also want to get from this order date, like we want to get only the January, February, we want to get only the date wise, like the Monday, Tuesday, this kind of the thing actually we want to derive. Okay, so what actually we will do, we will create one aggregate table. On that aggregate table we will only take the important column which will be helpful for our KPI building. Okay, so let us see how actually we can do. Okay, so let me show you what kind of the things actually which I will take. Okay, so what actually we will use, we will use a SQL, right? First let me show you what actually I want a order ID. Okay, order ID column I want, so I will keep as it is. Okay, I don't want pizza ID, I want quantity. Okay, so what I will write quantity also, because this column also is important for me, so I will take that. From order date I only want a January, February month, I don't want the order date, I want to take as a month. So for that what I will use, I will use date format function. Okay, and I will try to convert this order date into a January, February. So what I have to write, MMM. Okay, if I will show you from a pizza sales analysis table. Okay, so if I will show you how actually it will look. Okay, I will show you first from pizza sales analysis. If I will execute this, you will be able to see this order date will get converted into the January, February. You can see this, all the January is coming, and similarly you will be having February month. Okay, because based on that actually we want to build a KPI. Okay, so similarly I want, so this column name I will give as a month. Okay, month name. Okay, and I also want to get the Monday, Tuesday from the order date, so that also I will try to derive. Means what is important from our KPI perspectives in aggregate table, that only we will build. Okay, if I will show you, this is the day name, this is the day name. Okay, if I will execute this, you will see the day name, it will convert like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like that. You can see Thursday it is coming like that. Okay, so this is how actually we are building. Okay, so from order date I am taking a month name and the day name. Okay, now let's see order time. Okay, so I want only the hourly time. Okay, because I want to know on which particular hour most of the order is happening. So what I am using hour function. From order time I will get the order time. Okay, whether on the first AM it is order is happening or the second AM it is order is happening, like that actually I want to take. Okay, so I will use a order time. Okay, so this is I want, and after that unit price I want, so I will take unit price. Okay, I also want to take total price, so I will take total price. Okay, and the pizza size is also important, so I will take that pizza size. Okay, and the pizza category I want to take, so I will write pizza category, and the I don't want the pizza ingredients, so I will not take the pizza ingredient, I will only take the pizza name. Okay, so this only the column I want to store into my aggregate. So what I will write, pizza name. Okay, so if I will execute now, these are the column which is important, this only I will take it from this particular table. Okay, so what I have a order ID, I have a quantity, I have a month name, day name, order time, unit price, total price, pizza size, pizza category, and the pizza name. Okay, now if you see, there are so many rows actually it is showing. So let us try to group and let us try to insert into one aggregate table. Okay, so what I will do, order ID, quantity, right? So what I will use, I will use count of distinct order ID. I will give the name as a order ID. Okay, and sum of quantity I will use sum of the quantity, so that that actually I will use this. I am doing because I am using a aggregate here only. Okay, and the sum of unit price I will use sum of unit price. Okay, and this I will give as a name as unit price. Okay, sum of total price I will use. Okay, this will give me the, I will give name as a total sales. Okay, and pizza size, pizza name, pizza category, and we will use a group by we will group 3 4 5 based on the 3 4 5 6 8 9 10 8 9 10. Okay, where I am not using a sum and the count, and that actually I will group it. Now if I will execute this, it will group based on this particular category. Okay, the aggregate information. Okay, we will get it. Now what we will do, we will create one table. Okay, we will try to create one table. So I will use a SQL and I will try to store this. Okay, so I can create a table or I can directly connect this. Okay, so generally in real time what actually will happen, you will create one table, create table and the aggregate table, and you will store this all the information. Okay, you will store all this information on that particular table, and you will open a Power BI. In this Power BI you will connect with the get you have to click on the more option. This is the Power BI window. Okay, in this Power BI window you have to click on the get data and you have to search for the Databricks. You have to search for the Databricks, and you can see you can connect with the Azure Databricks and the Databricks beta. So suppose if I am connecting this, okay, after that all the host name, HTTP path, this all you will be having, you have to select that and you have to connect. Okay, because we are using a Databricks not free edition. So what I will do, I will just try to download this. Okay, so I will try to download all this and we will try to connect with the CSV file and we will try to build a KPI. Okay, that is how actually we are doing now, but in a real time directly you will connect with the Databricks. We have one connector. Okay, now we will see how actually we can connect, how actually we can build a KPI in a Power BI. Okay, so I have downloaded is started. Once it will complete the downloaded, then we will go to the for KPI building. Okay, so this is a particular aggregate table which we have downloaded. Okay, now what I will do, I will open my Power BI window. Okay, this is the Power BI desktop and we will try to connect. So click on the get data and click on the, this is a CSV file, so I will select that, and this is in a download folder, pizza aggregate, so I will select that, and here only we will try to build a visualization. So this is what we have. You can see we are getting a month name, day name, order time, unit price, all the columns details. Okay, which we have considered. Click on the load. Okay, now we will try to build our all the KPIs. Okay, so this is loading. Once it will download, right side you can see we have a field option, and in this you can see all the column we have. Okay, now let us see how actually we can build a KPI. So first thing what I will select, you can see we have one text box, right? So I will select that. Let us give one heading. So what I will give, sales analysis. This name I will give, I will select font size as a 20. Okay, font size as a 20, and I will make in center. Okay, so this is the heading we are giving, and if you want to change the color, you can change that. Okay, now let us change the background colors. So what we have to do, you have to select this. Okay, and after that you can see we have right side, you can see we have format option, right? Go to the effects, background color, you can change on any color you want to convert. Okay, let me convert this is okay, and let me change this color as a white. Okay, now you want to change this background color, right? So here outside here you have to select, and you can see we have format. Here you can see format, right? Go there, go to the background, select the color as a blue. Okay, and transparency you have to do that. Okay, okay, let's make this much transparency. Okay, now here only we will try to build a KPI. Okay, now you can see we have a different kind of the KPI. So what kind of the KPI we have to build? First KPI is like total pizza sold, means the total quantity of the pizza which has been sold. You can see we have an option pizza quantity, right? And here you can see in the build visual different kind of the visual which we have. Okay, what actually we want to select? We want to select as a, we will select card. Okay, let's select card, and we will select the quantity. Okay, once you will select the quantity, right, here you have option sum of the quantity, means it is showing the sum of the quantity, means the total number of the pizza which has been sold. Okay, and I will make this. Okay, this is the total quantity of the pizza which has been sold. Okay, now similarly I will create another one. I'll again click on the card and we will select order ID. Okay, and this is the total order, sum of the order ID, means total order. Okay, here also I will make it. I will make another card. Okay, and I want total sales, so I will select that. This is the total sales we have. Okay, so let's rename this column. Okay, so this quantity you can see, right? So I will go to this quantity, I will click on this quantity. Let me give name as a total pizza sold. Okay, this is the name I will give. Okay, here also it is reflecting order ID. This is the total order I will give. Okay, total order I will give. Okay, so this we have a total order and this is the total sales. Okay, now let us try to do some formatting here. So I will click here, go to the format, go to the general. Let us try to add some border. Okay, I will add the border. Click on this, let's corner it. Okay, you want any shadow you can add that. Okay, so similarly for this also and this also you can add the same. Okay, so you can see it's looking good, right? So I select this also, go to the format, general, and go to the effects, border on, and add the corner. Okay, now let us try to add a certain visualization. Okay, so what actually I want to see, I will just click outside here anywhere and I want to see how the sales and the order happening month over month. So I will click on this line chart. Okay, and I will select the month and I will select the order and the sales how actually is happening. Okay, you can see this is the graph. This is the graph you can see. Okay, the total order and the total sales by the month how actually it is happening. Okay, suppose you want to change this, right? Suppose you want to make a column chart, so I will select the column. You can see this is the column chart. Okay, this is showing the total sales and the total orders. Okay, and if you want to change the, we will make the line chart only, and after that you have to click on the format and click on the data labels. Okay, so data label also you can see the total order and the total sales how month over month it's happening. Okay, so this is the chart actually we will show here. Okay, let's make this small on the top, this also. Okay, and this also we'll make on the top. Okay, okay, and I will add here. Okay, so this is the total order and total sales how month over month actually how it is happening. Okay, you can see the January, February month, everything it is showing. Let us try to add a certain more KPI, how daily order is happening. Let us try to see. So I will select the column chart. Okay, and I will select the total order on the daily basis how actually it is happening. You can see January, February, you can see Sunday, Monday how many order is happening. You want to see the numbers, select this, go to the format, click on the data labels. You will be able to see this how the total pizza size based on the total sales is happening. So I will select that. This is the one, but I want to create this donut chart, so I will select that. You can see based on the large pizza which has been sold 45%. Okay, so this is one KPI. Okay, and let us see one more how total sales is happening based on the we have shown based on the pizza size, right? But pizza category also we will show, and we will show based on the pie chart. You can see the pie chart also we are showing. Okay, let me add more KPI, more metrics here. Okay, I will add here. So let me make it small. Let me adjust this. Okay, now let me add more. What actually we want to track? We want to track the total sales by the pizza style, total sales by the pizza category, what is the top pizza which has been sold. Okay, so pizza name I will select and the total sales. Okay, you can see pizza name and the total sales. So I'll select on this, you can see the column, right? Okay, here also you can see column. So I'll select on the pizza. Okay, you can see we have one filter type. So what I will show, top n, means we want to show only the top 10. Okay, based on the total sales. So I will drag here. So it is only showing the top 10 pizza sales. Okay, let me make top 5 only, top 5 pizza sales. Okay, if you want to see like this, this looks better. Okay, this is the total sales by the pizza name. What is the top 10 sales pizza, right? Okay, so what actually we will do now, let's see how actually we can do a formatting. Okay, now let us see how actually we can do a formatting. So I will select this total order by day name. I will go to the format. Okay, click on the columns. Okay, let's see, if you want to add a certain other color, you can add that, or okay, and you have to select on the select all. So for everything you want to have a separate color, you can select from here. Okay, let me add a randomly any color. Okay, so that it will look better. Let me add as for Sunday white color. Okay, let me add some more color, yellow color. Okay, similarly for this total sales by the pizza name, if you want to select, you want to have a color, so you have to click on the on, and you want to select any other color, you can select from here. Okay, so all the kind of the formatting we can do based on our requirement. Okay, and what actually we will do now, we will try to add a more filter here. Okay, so let us see more formatting here. So I will select here, let me add a border so that it will look better. Go to the general, effects, border, corner. Similarly for this and this also, I will go to this, I will select this, general, effects, border on, let me add a corner. This also let me add a corner. For this also let me add a corner. For this also let me add a corner. Okay, okay, so building a visualization is very easy. You can see here we have a different kinds of the graph. Any kind of the visualization you want to create, you can create directly from here. Okay, now suppose you want to add a certain filter based on that you want to do. Okay, how actually you can do that, let us see. Okay, suppose I want to filter based on the month, how actually the sales by the pizza and the pizza category, how actually it is happening. So you can see we have a slicer. Okay, so I'll select the slicer. Okay, this is the slicer. So I'll select the month, I'll select the month here. You can see all the things actually it is showing. Okay, what I will add, I'll add the drop down. Okay, so we have a drop down. Okay, from here actually we can select that. Okay, so if any based on the month you want to do a filtering, you can directly filter it. Okay, now let us add a one more slicer. Okay, and here based on the day, we will add the day. Okay, so let me add the drop down here. Okay, and let me add here. Okay, so what actually we are doing, based on this slicer we can do a filtering. Okay, okay, for taking example, suppose I want to see based on the April, so it will filter a data based on the April. Okay, or even you want to have a multiple, you can select that, based on that actually you will see the number. Okay, now I will select this. Okay, and once you will select this, right, go to here, slicer setting. You have to select the multi select, or you have to select the show all. Okay, once you will select the show all, you will see we are also getting one option to select all. So I will select this. Here also we will select show all. Okay, so based on the show all the number it will show. Okay, so this is how we can do a filtering also. Go to the background, you want to have a color, right, change that. Okay, let's make this also another color, general effects, let's make a white. Okay, this looks good. Okay, you can see now in this particular it is showing me the percentage as well as the number also. I want to see only the percentage, so what you have to do, you can see you have to go to the details label option, label percentage, percent of the total only I want to see. Similarly for this also I want to see only the percentage of the total. Okay, this only I want to see. Okay, now I will add one more slicer, so I will select the slicer. Okay, I'll add the order time, so this will show me the on which particular time the people are ordering. So as of now it is showing the in between, like 9 to 23, this many hours is happening. So you want to see on the 9 a.m. to the 12 p.m. how many order happen, so you can slice it like this. Okay, so that kind of the filter also I will provide here. The people are ordering more, so I will make it list. Okay, so if you will select any time like 9 a.m. how many people are ordering, if you will select this, it will filter. Okay, so like this also option I want to give, so I will make it list and I will add here. Okay, and let me add the slicer option. Okay, let me add a vertical only, and the selection let me add the show all also. So by default it will be the show all, but you will be able to see that. Let me add the drop down. Okay, now you can see here this is the dashboard we are showing the total pizzas sold, total order, total sales. You want to do a filtering based on the any month, you can select that, any day you can select that, and based on that all the number it will be shown. Okay, so yeah, even you want to add a more KPI, you can add that and you can do a further analysis. Okay, that's it in this video. Thank you.